Spinning Saint, Chinralla, News King, Rathgorman, Rathgorman, Hilly Way. They come to the first. Chinralla and Spinning Saint land together from News King, jumped it very big, and then Drumgora, and then Hilly Way. And then Rathgorman, Clayside, Coomstitch and the Mighty Mac. Spinning Saint, clear of Clayside there and Drumgora. Then Hilly Way and News King and Rathgorman, Coomstitch and the Mighty Mac and Clayside. Coming down to the third fence now. Spinning Saint, clear of Chinralla and Rathgorman, then News King and Hilly Way. Drumgora, I should say, and then Drumgora, then Rathgorman, and then Hilly Way and Coomstitch and Clayside and the Mighty Mac. All safely over that, though Coomstitch just screwed it slightly, running uphill. Spinning Saint with a commanding advantage over Chinralla and Drumgora. Behind them, Hilly Way and Rathgorman, then News King on the inside of the Mighty Mac and Clayside, and finally Coomstitch and Spinning Saint and Norman Babbage on the 13 winner mark. Well clear at the moment in the Queen Mother Champion Chase. Of Chinralla in second, Drumgora is third, News King is in 4. Then Rathgorman and Hilly Way and the Mighty Mac and Coomstitch and Clayside. Spinning Saint jumps the fourth, well clear of Chinralla, Drumgora, News King, just a little hesitation there by News King. Rathgorman's on his outside, Hilly Way is next, then comes the Mighty Mac and Clayside, and finally Coomstitch, and this is the water. The water for Spinning Saint, who's still a long way clear. Jumps it about 10 lengths clear of Drumgora, jumps it second, Chinralla third, Rathgorman 4, News King 5, 6 is Hilly Way, and 7 the Mighty Mac, going up to 6 now in fact, and then Clayside, and then Coomstitch and Spinning Saint. Jumps this about 8 lengths clear of Drumgora, Chinralla, Rathgorman, the Mighty Mac. Behind the Mighty Mac is News King, behind News King is Hilly Way, and then Clayside, and finally Coomstitch. Spinning Saint by about 6 lengths now, jumps the 7th ahead of Drumgora, Rathgorman, Chinralla. Behind Chinralla, the Mighty Mac, and then News King, and then Clayside. As they race towards the final ditch now, it's Spinning Saint from last year's winner Drumgora. Rathgorman for the north is close. Chinralla is only just behind him at this ditch, and there a beautiful jump by Drumgora, and also by the Mighty Mac back in fourth as they race to the top of the hill. Spinning Saint from Drumgora, Rathgorman, the Mighty Mac goes fourth. Behind the Mighty Mac is Chinralla still. Then a long way back is News King, rather toiling in this ground, making heavy weather of it, and getting a reminder there from John Frankham, but not making any progress at the moment as they run down the hill towards the third last in the Queen Mother Chase, and it's Spinning Saint from Drumgora, Rathgorman, Chinralla, and the Mighty Mac. And these 5, Spinning Saint still from Drumgora, Rathgorman, the Mighty Mac, and Chinralla. Spinning Saint lands just in the lead from Drumgora and Rathgorman, a little between those two. Then comes the Mighty Mac, and then Chinralla, and it's Spinning Saint being pressed by Rathgorman now. Drumgora on the inside, the Mighty Mac making very significant progress towards the outside of Rathgorman. And at the second last, Rathgorman lands in the lead from the Mighty Mac and Spinning Saint and Drumgora, and then Chinralla. And racing round the home turn, and it's Rathgorman for the north with a clear advantage, and really motoring now. Rathgorman with his bright face showing with a clear advantage over the Mighty Mac. Spinning Saint, Drumgora, and Chinralla coming to the last. Sooty White looks as though he has it thrown up now for the Michael Dickinson stable if he jumps it. Rathgorman looks as though he's only got to jump it to win the Queen Mother Chase. Rathgorman comes to it clear, jumps it well. The Mighty Mac jumps it second and falls. The Mighty Mac is down. Chinralla was gone second, and then Spinning Saint and Drumgora, and racing up towards the line, Rathgorman, or Raffles as he's known as his stable, strides away to win the Queen Mother Champion Chase in tremendous style. Second winner of the meeting for Michael Dickinson. Rathgorman is the winner of the Queen Mother Champion Chase. Second is Chinralla. Third is Drumgora, last year's winner. Fourth, Spinning Saint. Then comes Coomstitch. Behind him was News King and Hilly Way. And so the result. First, number 9, Rathgorman, owned by Irishman, Mr. James Lilly. Jim Lilly, trained by Michael Dickinson and ridden by Kevin White. Second was number 1, Chinralla, owned by Mrs. R. Eastwood, trained by Mick O'Toole and ridden by Peter Scudamore. And third was number 4, Drumgora, owned by Mr. D. Monaghan, trained by Arthur Moore and ridden by Frank Berry. Fourth was number 11, Spinning Saint. This is the winner, Rathgorman, who's now won 6 in a row. And here's how he won this great prize so readily in the end. We review it with Richard.
Yes, and in fact, as they came round the last bend, you can see Sooty White looking over his left shoulder. He's got plenty of daylight on his inside, but there's nothing good enough to come there. The challenger at this point is the Mighty Mac, who'd run a superb race. He's going to fall at the last, and he's under pressure and not making any headway. There's no danger from this point, bar the last fence. And what a great return to Cheltenham for Kevin White. He spent a lot of his time here when he was with Frenchie Nicholson, who taught him everything that he knows. And he's gone on very well with Michael Dickinson now. It's Michael Dickinson's 66th winner of the season and Kevin White's 8th. He gets close to the last, clouts it, but here goes the Mighty Mac. What looked a simple fall, horse probably tiring a little bit. And Chinruller, who certainly has responded to Peter Scudamore's change of hand, running on into second place. Kevin White just keeping him going, just waving his whip there, not touching him at all, but knowing that uphill horses can stop to nothing. And he's adding £21,000 to Jim Lilly's bank account.